Hey everyone, skull902 here. I've mentioned it a couple times before, but the period between late 2002 and early '03 was a pretty rough one for my family. Obviously, I'm not about to go into the reasons for that since it's all very personal, but if there was one thing my mom, two brothers, little sister, and I could count on to distract us from our troubles, it was the entertainment that we consumed as a family. So allow me, my dear viewer, to go on for a bit about the media that brought us together during that time. I've talked about this at length plenty of times, so I'll try to make it short. One of my favorite games for the Nintendo GameCube, Star Fox Adventures, started off as a gift from my older brother when he liked it a lot after renting it from Blockbuster so many times, but it surprisingly sucked all of us in with its story, characters, the wonderful music, and gorgeous aesthetics. We were hooked, speculating on just what was going to happen to Fox next, how he'd get the Spellstones, save Crystal, and so on. I remember things like staying awake in the middle of the night to watch my older brother kick some sharp claw ass many a time, my mom helping out during the challenge to beat Musclefoot, getting spooked by Tricky running right up into the view of Fox's binoculars, my brothers and I thinking the disappointing final confrontation with General Scales was a glitch, and my older bro's 2-month-long struggle to finally beat Andros, culminating in his victory with all 5 of us crammed into the little back bedroom at my grandma's house in the wee hours of the morning. It was honestly emotional to see him beat the game. We celebrated for the longest time, my little brother cried. It was our biggest escape from real life, and we had a hell of a time during the ride. Rare did an awesome job with this one. Some might have some harsh criticism for it, but after that playthrough, man, I'll always find a great amount of value in the game. I can't even really pin this on just one show. We just loved the channel, in particular the cartoons. Johnny Bravo failing to get a date or going on adventures with his mom, Susie, Carl, and Pops. Dexter coming up with some crazy contraption and having to deal with the antics of his dim-witted sister, whether it be the classic first 2 seasons or the really weird final 2. Yes, I even have a weird soft spot in my heart for a third Dad episode where nearly the entire thing is him lining up a shot in golf. We had Courage the Cowardly Dog dealing with all these strange fucked up monsters and bizarre scenarios. Special mention to the series finale where it shows how he was adopted by Muriel that premiered during this time period. And of course, my favorite one. The Powerpuff Girls fighting crime, trying to save the world one villain at a time. CN hyped the shit out of the movie earlier that year, and while I didn't see it until over a decade afterward, I do remember the promotions fondly, as well as the episode where they adopt Bullet, and this one ad where the girls land in this dude's backyard, which I have no idea how exactly to describe the vibes it gives me, but this is like the perfect commercial for that show. Love the camera work, the editing, animation, and all that, and it fills me with some kind of sense of optimistic hope or something. Good stuff. Also, let me just tell you something. Friday nights were the shit wherever we happened to be staying. In particular, I remember the September 20th, 2002 edition of Cartoon Fridays vividly. No idea what possessed her to do it, but my mom basically ordered the entire menu of our favorite local pizza place and we ate like fucking kings huddled together watching our favorite tunes. My god, what a time. When I became a wrestling fan on Christmas Day the year before, the fam and I almost immediately became regular week-by-week viewers of what was then the WWF's programming. It's what got my mom back into it after nearly a decade of being out of the loop. Throughout 2002, the company went through a brand split which saw its wrestlers become exclusive to one of their 2 main shows, they went through a name change, and the Ruthless Aggression era kicked off. Later in the year when this period started, we were still catching WWE religiously. Monday and Thursday nights were a time of excitement. Sure, we had to suffer through things like the Katie Vick and Al Wilson storylines, but we also got the amazing hype train that was the build-up to the first Elimination Chamber match, the SmackDown 6 crushing it with a series of fantastic, exciting matches, Booker T and Goldust's amazing chemistry as a comedic duo and tag team, as well as The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar's brutal feud over the WWE title. Plus, if we needed a fix on the days the shows weren't airing, we had recordings of older episodes as well as the VHS tapes for Survivor Series 2000 and WrestleMania X7 to rewatch. One thing in terms of home media I remember pretty well was at the end of the Taker-Lesnar feud, Undertaker was chucked off the stage and injured by the Big Show to set up a feud of their own. This kept Taker off SmackDown for a couple months and that bummed me right out because he's my favorite wrestler. One day, my mom noticed and had my cousin pick up Undertaker This Is My Yard from Media Play for me. The best memory has to be going to my first wrestling event, the October 28th, 2002 edition of Raw emanating from Joe Louis Arena. The Katie Vick storyline officially ended, Tests fans were christened the Testicles, Kane beat Triple H in a casket match with an assist from Shawn Michaels. It was a goddamn blast and I got a pretty cool arena exclusive piece of swag from it too. Packed with adrenaline-rushing can't-miss action during one of the best eras for storytelling, WWE had us on the edge of our seats and then some. And so ends my 40 millionth nostalgia babble. For real though, it really was a dark time in our lives, and I feel like since it's been 20 years now, I should shed a light on the stuff that brought us some happiness as a family back in the day. Having these things to look forward to meant a whole hell of a lot to us back then, and I'll appreciate it tremendously for the rest of my life. So big thanks to Rare, Nintendo, Cartoon Network, and WWE for the levity we really needed at the time. That'll do it for this one. Hope you enjoyed. I've been skull902, thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.